धीर जना प्रिय प्रिय करो निर्मत्सर पूजित श्री चैतन्य कृपा बरो विभो धारा वहांतर को वंदे सनातन युगो जीव गोपाल नानाश्चार्य धर्म संस्था न्योशरण्य करो राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद भजन तेन मत्सालिको वंदे रूप सनातनो रघुयुगो जीव गोपाल को श्री गौरांग गुणानुवेदो श्रद्धा समृद्धिन्वितो तापनिकृन्तनो तनुभृता गोविन्द गानमृते आनन्दाम्बुदिवर्धने कनिपुनो केवल्य निस्तारको श्रेणिं तदातु च वा भूत्वा दीनगणेशको करुणया कोपिन्न कण्ठाश्रितो गोपी भावरसमृता बिलहरी कल्लोलमग्नो मुहुः वन्दे रूप सनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको पूजत कोकिल हंस सारस गणे कीने मयूरकुले नानारत्ननिबद्धमूलविषये श्रीयुक्ता वृंदावने राधा कृष्ण महारनिकं प्रभुतो जीवतो योमदे जीव गोपालको संख्या पूर्वक नाम अत्यंत दीन जीव गोपाल को Śrīla Prabhupāda He Yoga Śrīla Prabhupāda. How do you know the meaning of the song? Only Dinesh knows the meaning of the song. Little. I give a brief meaning of this. They say they're always engaged in the Kirtans. Who are the six Goswamis? So today is the disappearance of two Goswamis. Raghunath, where are they? Raghunath, Raghu Yugo. Yugo means dual. Jugal Preeti. It's Yugal means two. So Raghu Yugo means Raghunath Das Goswami and Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. Rupa Sanatan Raghunath Das Raghunath Bhatt and Shiji Goswami Gopal Bhatt Goswami. So these are the six Goswamis which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated, means direct disciples of Sri Mahaprabhu. And Krishna Kirtan, so they're always engaged in Krishna Kirtan with love for Krishna. There. And they are dear to even Dhira and Adhira also. People who are ruffians also, they are dear to them. Nirmasaro Pujitao. They have no envy in their heart. And they have filled this world with the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They have Nana Shastra Vicharaniko. They have studied many scriptures. Sad Dharma Sanstapako. To establish the Sad Dharma. Sad Dharma means, which is, the ego is. The Sad Dharma Sanstapako to establish the principles of Bhakti. Now we know, like we have to do Mangal Arati. Where it is written you should do Mangal Arati. You have to do Guru Ashtakam, you have to take the Arti. Which scripture talks about. So they pick up from all the scriptures those essential lessons which is only for Bhakti. Other scriptures have Karam Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Bhakti, and everything is mixed up. But they took out only the portion which talks about Bhakti, the Goswami. So if not for them, we will not know what to practice Bhakti. How to practice there. Then Loka Nam Hitakarino Tirubhavane. So they were so busy in writing scriptures, in studying all the scriptures and writing, they didn't have a time to eat also. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. They did not get time to eat and even chant extra rounds. Because they were so busy in the seva there. And they will live on different trees, different days there. And Radha Krishna Padara Vindo Bhajanandena Mattaniko. They're always worshipping the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. In fact, to know about Radha Krishna, Sir Radha, previously it was better, I think. To serve Radha Krishna means to follow in the footsteps of the six Goswamis. So how many of you are going to the Vrindavan Yatra? So going to Vrindavan Yatra means following in footsteps of six Goswamis. Then only you can understand Vrindavan. So Vrindavan Yatra is successful only when you read about this six Goswamis. And they have filled the world with the glorification of Lord Govinda and the glorification of Lord Shri Gauranga. Anandham Buddhi Vardhana. And always their bhakti is there, and people have forgotten impersonal liberation. They're given a higher taste. And I think those who had gone Vrindavan Yatra last year would remember, all the Goswamis, Samadhis they had gone. You remember? Suresh Prabhu, there we had gone to all there. And Taktva Turnam, though they were very rich, they left everything and wearing only kopin and towel. Kopin Kantashito and Gopi Bhava. They were always into Gopi Bhava Rasamritabdi Leri. So they were always in the Gopi Bhava. Kuja the Kokila Hansa Sarasagane. So they were always in Vrindavan, always Ahar Nisham, even daytime also and night time also. They're remembering Radha and Krishna. And they will chant Sankhya Purvak Nam Gan Nathivi. So they will also chant Sankhya. Just like we chant 16 rounds, they will chant many, many rounds. Like Raghunath Das Goswami will be whole day chanting only. And he was so absorbed in chanting that he was sitting under the sun. You see this photo? Wait, not see the photo. So you see this photo here? How Raghunath Das Goswami is sitting under the sun and is sweating. And Radha Rani herself bringing her pallu. And here he is chanting and two tigers have come. And Krishna is personally protecting Raghunath Goswami. Then Sanatan Goswami said, Arey, we have come here to serve Radha Krishna, not take service from Radha Krishna. So that time he made his bhajan kuti. And then he was not ready to make his bhajan kuti. And he will eat only once in 2-3 days little buttermilk. And hardly he will sleep 2 hours a day in the night. Whole time he'll be chanting, dancing, absorbing in there. And once Rupa Goswami wrote a book, I think Vidagdha Madhav, where separation of Radha and Krishna is there. So Raghunath Goswami reading that book, he stopped eating only. He became very, very thin. Then Rupa Goswami wrote another book, Meeting of Radha and Krishna. Then he started eating. So he was in that mode, Raghunath Goswami. And Raghunath Bhatt Goswami was a great Bhagavatam reciter. He will recite Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. And Premonmada Vasat. So Radha Kund. So Nidra. So Sankhya Nidra, Ahar, Vihara Adi. So they have one over there, sleep, and one over there, eating. Vijitaho Chatyan Dino Chaya. There. So after hearing the pastimes of Raghunath Goswami, we can't imitate them. At least we can give up our desire for eating pizza, samosa, bada, and eat simple prasad which is given in the voice. That much also you do is success of hearing Goswami Katha. That bhalana khaive bhalana, don't hanker for opulent food. Jivere lalsa iti uti dhai, that one who is running after the taste of tongue, he will get entangled in this world and will not attain Radha and Krishna. So, and it's not that they forgot, they like have made lot of struggle to, overcome sleeping and eating. They're so absorbed in devotion service, they forgot it. They're so absorbed in chanting that they forgot. The moment our breakfast time comes, chanting hota nahi. So, there. So we meditate on their mercy, all obstacles in our spiritual life is taken later. So therefore we should pray to 6 Goswami to remove the obstacles in our spiritual path. There. And their blessings. There. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shrijiva Gopalako. And should hear in length about them. What does 6 Goswami? Then thinking before Vrindani, I thought to take one series on 6 Goswamis. So Radha Kunda Tate Kalindri Tanya Tire Cha Vanshivate. So in Radha Kunda Tira Kalindri Tanya Tire Cha Vanshivate. So stay near Vanshivat Radha Kunda and Prema Unmada Vasat. Prema Unmad. So they were great ecstasy of love. Ashesha Dasya Grasto Pramattahu Sada Gayan Puja, and always is singing Hare Gunavaram Bhavavito Mudha. there. He Radhe Vrajadevike Chenand Suno Kutha. Where is Radharani? Where is Krishna? Where is Lalita? He Nand Suno Kutha. And always they were feeling great there. They never say, I saw Krishna. I saw Radharani. This is where is. Though they saw. Kanada Goswami was seeing, Krishna protecting Raghunath Das Goswami, Radharani protecting there. So they saw actually. But always they say, where is Radha? Where is Krishna? Because that's a mood of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. They don't say that I have seen Krishna. They say, where is Krishna? Ghoshan tam iti sarvato vrajapure kheder maha pravalo vande rupa sanatano raghuyugo shijiva propalato. So I worship the lotus feet of Rupa Sanatana Goswami, Raghuyugo and Shijiv propalato. So this is about the life of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of Tapan Mishra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have yeah. So, I thought before starting the class on meditation lotus feet of Krishna, I explain about the Goswamis. Yeah. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the son of Tapan Mishra. So Tapan Mishra met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in East Bengal Yatra. And Mahaprabhu said, you go to Varanasi. Suppose you are given a punishment to go place, to go to a place, service, to go to a place where no devotees. And so the master said, don't worry, you go there and it is full of Mayavadis only, no devotees. And said, I will come, so you go and make arrangement. So he went. And his son was Raghunath Bhatt. So Mahaprabhu on the Vrindavan Yatra, when he stayed in the house of Tapan Chandrasekhar and go to the house of Tapan Mishra, Raghunath Bhatt became very attached to Mahaprabhu there. And then in between, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami once came to Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, your parents are pure devotees, they're old, serve them, but don't get married. And here Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from a self-realized soul. And after your parents die, when parents leave the world, you go to Vrindavan there. So Raghunath had exactly followed. So he stayed at home serving his parents, but he did not marry. And every day here he'll hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam there. And then after his parents left, who were pure devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left to Vrindavan there. And he was very expert in reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. When you out all the Goswamis, so all Goswamis have something very specific. Raghunath Goswami he was very, very humble, not find fault with any devotee, and always singing reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And when he recited, it was very amazing. In fact, this whole temple of Radha Govind Dev was made by the disciples of Raghunath Goswami. Because Mansingh, the Rajputs of Jaipur were disciples of Tapan Mishra and then Raghunath Goswami. So they built the Govindi temple out of respect for Raghunath Goswami. So it's a very great contribution. So he was also serving in the Radha Govind temple along with Guru Goswami there. And Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is the one who has written Chaitanya Charitamrita. If not, and he would make nice notes in the lectures of Raghunath Das Goswami. So note making had been quite old. You should make notes in the classes. If you make notes in the classes, always very helpful to remember, recall. So note making. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami will make nice notes. I'm little poor in making notes and referring notes, but Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami will make notes from the classes of Raghunath Das Goswami. And from those notes came Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Parcha of Saru Damodar Goswami. So he referred these two notes, and because Raghunath Goswami will give lecture and tell the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So he wrote all that, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami. And that's how Chaitanya Charitamrita came. So Lord, we know about Mahaprabhu because of note-making habit of Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami and empowered by the Lord. And he was not willing. He was thinking, how will I write? His hand was limping. At that time, you don't write something. But he empowered. And when he went to take blessings of Madan Mohan's gallant side, indicating that blessings is there to write. So any spiritual activities we do, we seek for blessing. Okay, so today's verse, Meditation on the lotus feet of Krishna, how is so relevant for the devotees? So I'll refer to some verse of Kunti Maharani, that how a devotee sees Krishna's lotus feet. Sharnam. You want to see this? Sharnamanti gayanti girnanti abhikshnasa. Ismaranti nandanti tavehitam jana. Taeva pashyanti atirena tavakam. Bhava prabhaho paramam padam bhujam. Anybody remember Kunti Maharani prayers? This prayer. Gani Kamlesh to remember, Dinesh Brahmachari to remember. There. So some of the very beautiful prayers of Kunti Maharani which every devotee should remember. That is one of the prayers there. Can you like to sing it? Mataji want to sing? Shrinvanti. 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 Those who hear. Gayanti. Those who sing. Grinanti apikshnasaha. And they continuously take pleasure, even others doing so. Smaranti. And they remember you, my Lord. Nandanti. And they take pleasure in others also doing. Tave hitam jana. If you even see happy other devotees chanting, dancing, then also you get mercy. So what happens? The eva pashyanti achirena tavakam. What they see? Padam bhujam. They see your lotus feet, my Lord. See, in Satya Yuga, people will directly meditate on the lotus feet. In Dwapar Yuga, by worshipping the deity, they will see the lotus feet. And in Kali Yuga, by chanting the holy name, you see the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord reveals his lotus feet while chanting the holy name of the Lord. And that's what she is saying. As you keep hearing the glories, keep hearing, then what happens? And when you see the lotus feet of the Lord, bhav pravaho paramam padam. The bhava sagar goes away, remembering those lotus feet. Oh Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat the transcendent activities, take pleasure in the certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can sustain birth and death. So is repetition for Kunti? Yes. Because she is saying, give me more suffering. Only liberated soul can say, give me more suffering. Conditioned soul will never want suffering. But only liberated soul can pray for more suffering. Right? Only a liberated soul can pray for more suffering. That's what she's saying, no? Vipada santuta shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhakto darshanam yasyad apanabhav darshanam. So translation Prabhupada, as long as it is Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Lord Shri Krishna cannot be seen by our present condition of the sun. In order to see him, one has to change his present vision by developing a different condition of life full of spontaneous love of Godhead. When Shri Krishna was personally present on the face of the globe, not everyone could see him in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Metals like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, Jarasan are highly qualified personalities, but they are unable to appreciate the presence of the Lord. So even the Lord may be present before our eyes, not possible to see unless we have the necessary. and the necessary qualification developed by the process of devotion service only, beginning with hearing about the Lord from the right sources. The Bhagavad Gita is one of the popular literature which are generally heard, chanted, repeated by the people in general. But in spite of such hearing, sometimes experience that a performer of such devotional service does not see the Lord eye to eye. The reason is that the first item, Shravan, is very important. If hearing is from the right sources, it acts very quickly. Generally, people hear from unauthorized person. Such unauthorized person may be very learned by academic, but they do not follow the principle of bhakti. Hearing from them becomes a sheer waste of time. Sometimes the texts are interpreted fashionably to suit their own purpose. Therefore, first one should select a competent and bona fide gopis. Such an inclination indicates a lusty feeling of the hearer. So, a bona fide speaker of the dealing of the Lord never indulges in such hearing. So, one must hear about the Lord from the very beginning and the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, any other scripture that will help the hearer attain perfection by progressive development. So, one should therefore not consider that his dealing with the Pandavas are less important than his dealing with the gopis. You should always remember the Lord is always transcendental to all mental attachment. In the all above mentioned in the Lord, he is the hero in all circumstances. And hearing about him or about his devotees is conducive to spiritual life. He said the Vedas and Puranas are all made to revive a lost relation with him. Hearing of all scriptures is essential. So I think by the heart of our devotees, they are offering nice garland to the Lord. We should not, never offer flowers which are have no fragrance to the Lord. The NOD is safe there. But because of the modern day all things, you find most flowers are very attractive but have no smell there. But that's not the deity worship there. So here they are offering nice flowers is very good. Omagyantimarandhase jnanam janaya यशोमृतामेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं वदन्ति स्ववदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदगमनं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपां सारजातां सहगना रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवम् सावदेतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखामृतं च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गुरुवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादे पाशादेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामने गौरते नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते सप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Chapter 28, third canto, talks about the meditation on the limbs of the Lord as a part of the Ashtanga Yoga process. But to the degree we hear the glories of the form of the Lord, the other forms of this world disappear. Yeah. See, what is the sixth stage? Seventh step in Ashtanga Yoga is a third step in Bhakti. So what is the third step? Seventh step? Dhyan. So, so यम नियम आसन प्रत्याहार. लोग योगा मैट लेके जाएंगे, आसन तक करेंगे. यम यम नियम आसन और प्राणायाम तक करेंगे. लेकिन उसके बाद क्या होता है? प्रत्याहार. गिव अप ऑल सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स. दैट नो योगा टीचर विल टीच. अदरवाइज उसका पूरा कमाई रुक जाएगा. आसन और प्राणायाम के बाद में क्या आता है? प्रत्याहार आता है. गिव अप ऑल गुड सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स. You can't enjoy any sense object. That's why you have to go to jungle to not enjoy any sense object. So in jungle you don't get, and you have to eat only kandamul, which is not have any taste and things there. Then you can do dharan. Then you can do dhyan, and then samadhi comes. That is why if we are too much attached to the taste of the senses, eyes, tongue, nose, ear, focus on Krishna cannot come there. So the Ashtanga Yoga, first you remove all those objects or senses first. Then you do Dharan and Dhyan. But Bhakti is, you first do Smaran of Krishna, then the other objects will go away and you keep focusing on Krishna. There. First Shravan Kirtan come, chanting the holy name come, but with the sense objects go away, and then you can absorb in the Lord. So when Krishna says Yogina api sarvesham madgate antar atmana Shraddhavan bhajate mam same yuktamo mata. Just talking of a bhakti yogi who has come to the third stage of smaran, where when he's chanting, he's also remembering Krishna. When he's hearing, he's also remembering Krishna. So our Shravan Kirtan, generally we think, okay, just 16 माला complete कर दो हो गया. Just class में बैठ के attendance लगा दो हो गया. Of course, that also is a proper book reading हो गया. But all the saying should lead to Smaran of Krishna. And when it reaches the Smaran of Krishna, then you will see great potency of the process of Bhakti Yoga. Of course, Kirtanam is more higher than Smaran also. Sanatana Goswami says, the Kirtanam, Jiva Goswami says, Kirtanam is more higher, though Smaran looks higher, because when you're doing Kirtan, then time also you're Smaran no, of the Lord. But you're feeling great ecstasy also and engaging all the senses. So Kirtan is a higher. But while doing Shravan Kirtan, the Smaran of Krishna should come. That's the whole point. That we are chanting Krishna's name, that awareness, we are calling for Krishna. So that awareness, so that Smaran, at the state of Smaran, the form of the Lord is revealed there. So therefore, a devotee should also, when he's taking darshan, should absorb his mind in thinking the form of the Lord. It's very, very helpful there. And when you take darshan of Lord's form very beautifully, now why we have so big photo of Radha Madhava here set up? So you can absorb it. That's the purpose there. Why deity, so much effort is they done to decorate the deities nicely. So you absorb in them. And by absorbing in that form, you forget the material world. By absorbing Krishna, anybody, you see, in Vrindavan, even males are attracted to Krishna and females are attracted to Krishna. Nara Narya Chamudita there. So that goes to show that Krishna's beauty is transcendental because both there. So if we see here, Krishna is being attracted there. So a devotee should absorb himself in the katha. See, hearing the katha of the Lord for a long time there. Apart from the philosophy you should hear nicely, but apart from the philosophy, we should hear the katha of the Lord for long time. So when you hear the katha of the Lord for long time, what happens? You remember the Lord. See, when you're thinking, oh, Krishna did this, you're actually remembering Krishna there. And that's why Katha is very, very powerful. Katha is very, very powerful. So one should not miss the classes. Some temples they have it, people, Bhagavatam class will start, they will go above and start chanting Hare Krishna. And the chanting will have no potency. The reason being, because the chanting gets a potency when you hear Krishna's Katha. Whole Bhagavatam is glorifying the holy name only. But what is telling how will you get taste for the holy name? When you hear. But people miss hearing and chant the holy name. That's not going to work there. Some duty said, okay, chanting ke liye aayenge, but why to come for hearing Krishna Katha? Because by hearing only Krishna Katha, our taste for chanting will develop. And whose name we are chanting, that will be revealed. And that's why Bhagavatam focuses, if you see, first focuses on hearing more. And then takes the conclusion of Nam Sankirtan. Because when you hear, then you can do Sankirtan with love for Krishna. Then you will feel that greater bhava, and therefore hearing Krishna Katha is very, very important. Hearing about Krishna is very, very important. And just though the spiritual masters take the vow that okay, chant 16 nouns, right? So devotees think, okay, अभी spiritual master ने hearing का तो कोई vow लिया नहीं है, प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग का भी कुछ vow नहीं लिया है, भागवतम रीडिंग का भी नहीं लिया है, तो they may not be so important. Most of the devotees in ISKCON, that's what the impression they get. The 16 mala ho gaya bahut hai karke, this vow. But hearing is also because the juice in chanting will come from hearing only, no? उस जूस के बिना तो वो रगड़ना हो जाएगा. 16 माला रगड़ दी बस करके, घिसाई घिसाई हो गई 16 माला की. And beats will go back to God. But what produces taste in our japa is hearing about Krishna. Because when hearing is done in a right way, person realizes his relationship with Krishna. And then chanting the holy name becomes much easier there. Therefore, hearing and reading Bhagavatam is as important as completing our 16 noun, because the juice कहाँ से आएगा chanting में? From hearing. The juice in chanting will come from hearing. So those devotees have got a taste of hearing about the Lord, whether online, offline. It's a great boon there about hearing Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastime, Krishna's Leela there. So now here we are is focusing on Rupa Dhyan. See, there is a Nam Dhyan. Chanting of the holy name is also Dhyan. That we chant meditating on the holy name. Then Rupa Dhyan, meditate on Krishna's form. Then Guna Dhyan, hearing Bhagavatam, Krishna's Vasalyata, Krishna's attribute, how Krishna creates this world, is also Guna Dhyan or Leela Dhyan there. And finally, hearing Krishna Katha is Leela Dhyan. So, Nam, Rupa, Guna, Leela. So, we get absorbed. So, Yena Ken Prakarena Manha Krishna Nishevya. So, this class is more about Rupa Dhyan of Krishna. It's more about Rupa Dhyan of the Lord. So that when we see Krishna's form, we should know the transcendental form. And see, now ISKCON deities are very beautiful in seeing. But you see traditional deities, when you see them, they don't look so beautiful. Some are 5,000-year-old also. So they are that surfacing and things are not there. But devotees feel very great ecstasy seeing that. You've seen that? How? Because when they see the form, they understand the Lord is there. And because they've heard the form from the scriptures, they see that form when they see the Lord. And they see the Lord. And eventually Lord reveals to the devotees there. So therefore hearing about the Lord's form is very, very important. Prasanna vadanam bojam padma garbharunakshanam Nilotpaldal Shankachakra Gadadharam. Third canto of Bhagavatam. Third canto of Bhagavatam, 28th chapter. Hard copy book here. You have 28th chapter. You are reading this one here. Verse number 13. And therefore, devotee should have target. I want to spend more and more time with Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. How many have already read all 12 cantos? Okay, Dinesh Prabhu, Arvind Prabhu, Vikas put done 12 cantos. Good. There. So you should have there, not to just rush through, but to they should feel okay, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And after Bhagavatam is complete, what you should do? Read Chaitanya Charitamrita. After Chaitanya Charitamrita is completed, what you should do? Again read Bhagavatam. Or do Bhakti Vaibhav course. Then you will get more insight. So by the time you read all Bhagavatam, your Bhakti Shastri course will complete. And by the time you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, opportunity for doing Bhakti Vaibhav course will come there. So Shravanti Gayanti, Gunanti Abhishnata, Smaranti Nandanti, Tavahitam, Jana will happen there. So, says, the prasanna countenance. Lord's countenance is very cheerful. If you see Radha Vrindavan Chanda, you see Radha Vrindavan Chanda? You just see it and it's always smiling. And seeing that smile, you feel is, done for the day. You don't want to see anything beautiful for the day because you see the beautiful smile of Vrindavan Chanda or Shyam Sundar or Radha Madhava. So Lord is very, very smiling. Devotees see, many times devotees say, if their spiritual master smiles upon them, for 1 year their battery gets charged. They get enthusiasm for serving Krishna because their spiritual master smiled upon them there. So Krishna's smile is very, very amazing. The Krishna smile, people, feel. If you hear in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the Krishna is smiling, Prasanna, and he's always smiling. Only very few times Krishna became angry. There, like Ashwathama case and things there. And there also Krishna was smilingly telling the things there. And Lord's, see, now, if you see, whenever describing the Lord's form, always Arvinda will be used, lotus. So why Arvind is used? And I was really finding कि यारे रोज में ज़्यादा smell आती है lotus के बजाय. So I went to Tamil Nadu, there. We went Madurai. So there was pond where there were natural lotus was there. So I picked up one lotus there to see. And the natural lotus, when I opened it, the smell which came from the bud, that was much better than even rose also. And it's very soft. If you take the new lotus and open it, very fresh, that's very soft. After some time it becomes little there, but you open it very soft. So I was trying to see why lotus they compare, because in Bangalore you don't get that quality lotus, right? So you don't, just like you get artificial rose, so you don't get that quality lotus there. So there, that's what the traditional lotus which is. So I was wondering from many days, कि lotus, असली lotus होता कैसे? Okay. So, so the lotus from the Dev lake, there are thousands of lotus were there in the lake there. So that lotus is that bud, when you open it, very nice, beautiful smell comes there. And one devotee, when he saw the Lord, he got darshan of the Lord, he thought, oh Lord, I made a mistake by comparing you to lotus. Means you are much more beautiful, much more softer than the lotus, but there is nothing more to compare in this world as I compare to lotus. And I think lotus is the only thing which did not came from Brahma's creation. Because Brahma himself was born on the lotus. So therefore, Aravindaksha. And many, many words you will find in glorification of Lord, which will be based on lotus only. Aravinda, one devotee is saying, no, Lord, I was saying, Aravinda, Arvindaksha. They said, no, Lord, Nityanpur is Kamalaksha. I said, Kamal means Arvind only, no? So there are so many Parayavati words. Kamal, Arvind, Pankaj, Padma. And you see many devotees names, Padma Netra, Padma Lochan, Arvinda Lochan. So, इतने सारे वो बन जाते हैं. So Lord eyes जैसे कुंती भाषा नमः पंकज नाभाए, नमः पंकज मालिने, नमः पंकज नेत्राय, नमस्ते पंकज means Lord's eyes are very beautiful to see. See, if you see in the people, they make their eyebrows still here, the dancers, you see, and that looks very attractive. And if you would have seen somebody has a big jaw and bigger eyes, they look very beautiful. And you have seen, of course, dancers don't see. But if you see somebody have a the eyes elongated, they looks very beautiful with there. So Lord is very Arvinda. There is a pinkish hue in Lord's eyes. So when you see it, you feel very nice. You see, Jagannath has that corona, that red line. So that indicates affection for his devotees. Prasanna Vadana. So Lord Prasanna Padmaha Ikshanam. Ikshana means eyes, ruddy eyes. And Padma Garbha, interior of a lotus. Like that it looks. And Neela Utpalaha Dala. And like blue lotus petals, Shankha Chakra Gadadhara. So Lord is having Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. The Shankha and Chakra is for the Gada and Chakra are for non-devotees. And Shankha and Padma for devotees. Like Lord put his conch over Dhruv Maharaj. He started choices poetry. Is it? Yeah. So Lord is always to bestow mercy upon his devotees and give punishment to non-devotees. So demons. So that's what all four there. And we put the tilak, right? Om Keshvaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha, Madhaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, right? So these are 24 names, the 24 Achman also. So this 12 what we put, they are having different mudras. Like somebody is having conch in this hand, Vasudev is handing conch in this hand. And that's how all the names of the Lord comes there, distinguished there. With the different. If you go to Balaji Mandir in Pune, you will see many of these forms having different hands, different conch, different gada and things there. So based on Achyuta, Keshava. So these are all the Chaturvidya forms of the Lord in Vaikuntha with having there. And that's how they are being characterized with it there. And Lord looks very beautiful with Shankha Chakra, Gada Padma. Krishna also showed Shankha Chakra Gada Padma form. You know where? In Dwarka. Right? I have a desire to go and visit Dwarka Dham. I've never been. And Prabhupada writes, people ask why Krishna is blue. Somebody has asked me why Krishna is blue only. This is blue because he's blue, therefore he's blue. See, Lord exists beyond creation. See, whatever comes in creation has a reason. But what is beyond creation has no reason. It's eternally existing. Krishna is blue eternally. And Balram is white eternally. And Krishna's blue color is very beautiful. Ghanashyama. Like if you see a cloud is black. Is cloud black? No, but it's actually of black color. For example, if you're going in aeroplane, same cloud you see, white. And when you see from below, the same cloud looks black. So cloud is not a black, but it appears black there. There. So Krishna's color is like a monsoon cloud. You heard this? The monsoon cloud is a ghanada for black karke. And but it is very shining. You've seen that it looks appear very beautiful, the monsoon color. The same way, Krishna's blue color, this kind of blue, mega shamam there, it appears very beautiful to see. The color of like Mahaprabhu saw the ocean. He remembered Krishna at Jagannath Puri there. The blue color there. See, black, because the marble is either black or white. That's why you have black deities or white deities. But Krishna is actually Ghanasham. Yeah. The black tinged with blue. There. That's how with you. There. And that color itself is so satisfying to the eyes of Krishna. So it's not an imagined color, it is given in the Brahma Samhita that Krishna's body is compared to a bluish cloud, not black cloud. Which cloud? Bluish cloud. Where little sunlight is also there and some hiding of the sunlight is there. Then the cloud appear bluish. Then Lasat Pankaja Kinjalka. His loins are covered by a shining cloth. So Krishna wears that color? Yellow, pitambari. पीत अंबर द पीत वस्त्र को बोलते हैं पिताम्बरी एंड इवन लॉर्ड वेयर्स पिताम्बरी even you see this photo of Krishna, you see here also all photos you'll see Krishna is in pitambari. You see that he's dancing on Kaliya is a pitambari, here also pitambari, and Lord is showing darshan the pitambari. So yellow color. And see, Krishna's on Abhushan or his Tadya is not like the normal way. How it is? They are, they are, how they are? They are the Tadya, they are personalities. Like if you have to wear a dhoti, you have to put in the washing machine or wash yourself and find out a place, then rain will stop, dry it, then press it, then keep in the locker, then carry with you, and then wear it the next day. But for Krishna doesn't have to do anything. It's always with him. Whenever you want, wash होके अपने आप आ जाएगी. Same way Shankha Chakra Gada Padma also of the Lord. They always there with the Lord. Lord doesn't have to carry them. All his Tadya travels always. Same way, you have to carry your car with you. So Krishna's Garuna is always travel. Whenever he wishes, comes. So Krishna doesn't have to bother anything of anything's maintenance. Automatically it gets maintained. In this world, more you have tension. More bigger home you have, more employees you need. More paraphernalia you have, more maintenance it takes there. And that's why less things, less headache. The lesser the bag you have for travel, the best is the thing. Like I remember one brahmachari used to feel very inspired. He used to have one very small bag. And with that only, in which there are only two dhoti kurtas, two gamchas, and one bead bag. That's all. And one copen. And that was his bag. And with that, he will visit, roam around whole India also. I should feel, "Arey, life hota aisi ho." No tension of having anything more than that. Because you have to take the tension, "Arey, isko bhi care karo, usko bhi care karo, usko bhi care karo." There. There. But Krishna have everything, but he doesn't have to care anything. There. So whatever paraphernalia is always travel with the Lord, and whenever he wants what, it automatically comes. He doesn't have to worry. The best thing in the yatras is keep your luggage light. Best way to enjoy yatras is keep your luggage light. Then it's much better. Otherwise, time goes in. Luggage ka kya? Especially youth yatras. There. Because lot of taking the luggage and walking will be there. You won't get things there. So Lord's Uttari is there, and the color of Uttari is yellowish like the filament of a lotus. Pankaj Kinjalka. You know, saffron particles you've seen on any this thing? It's like the saffron, the color of saffron. That color is Lord's Pitambari. There. And on his chest, Lord wear the mark of Shivasta and Kaustubha. That's an amazing thing. In Vaikuntha, everybody has a four-handed form. And they also, you see Vishnu Duta, they also have Shankha Chakra Padagadma. So how do you identify who is Lord Vishnu and who is a Vishnu Duta? Suppose you go to Vaikuntha and then test is taken. See, you will enter into Vaikuntha only you understand who is the Supreme Lord. You cannot enter. So how will you identify? Kaustuba and Shivasa. So when you give this answer, you get entry in Vaikuntha. Mean to say, identify the Lord. Of course, Gokumar goes to Vaikuntha. You heard the story, Gokumar goes to Vaikuntha? So when Gokumar goes to Vaikuntha, what happens? the As soon as he goes, he saw Shankar he saw the Lord Vishnu has come. But people say, no, 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 I'm not Vishnu. Aham Daso, Daso was me. I'm the servant of Lord Vishnu. See, if we want to have a consciousness of a boss, बड़ा डेंजर हो जाएगा ना बोलेंगे फिर कोई आएगा बैकग्राउंड में बोलेगा नहीं आई एम ओनली नारायण यू कैन सरेंडर टू मी ओनली राइट आई एम ओनली नारायण बिकॉज आप लोग दिखते भी वैसे हो एटलीस्ट नेचुरल वर्ल्ड में तो नहीं दिखते पॉन्टा को एक एक्स्ट्रा 2 एक्स्ट्रा हैंड लगाने पड़े थे एक चक्र भी एक्स्ट्रा लगाना पड़ा था दिखाने के लिए कि मैं कृष्ण हूं करके तो स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में तो भगवान अपना ही स्वरूप दे देते हैं तो ओनली दोज डिवोटीज आर ऑलवेज इन कॉन्शियसनेस आई एम सर्वेंट ऑफ द सर्वेंट कैन गो टू इट if you have any consciousness I can be also like Lord Vishnu you won't get entry into Vaikuntha that's a dasa bhav dasatvam is must to go to Vaikuntha but Lord is so merciful he doesn't say अरे तुम लोग चीटी बन के रहो थोड़ा मेरा वर्शिप अच्छा होगा अपनी औकात में रहो सब लोग Lord doesn't feel like that he gave a form similar of him to have exchange with his devotees and he doesn't feel insecure he doesn't feel insecure that's right but everybody has so much love for Krishna therefore we should always understand deity worship you see there are so many rules and regulations there should be separate deity plate for the Lord right bhoga should be offered to the Lord in Lord's plate not our plate so many rules regulations first Lord eats then only eat so it's to understand Lord is the master we are servant to create that mood see how it is now what bhakti we are doing we have to create the same mood as in Golok Vrindavan and Vaikuntha and only when we create that same mood here we will take in there otherwise वहां पे उत्पात मच जाएगा वहां पर उत्पात मच जाएगा आप जाके वहां वैकुंठ में बोलो "अरे पहले कृष्ण को क्यों दे रहे हमका ना भोग लगना चाहिए करके तुम नारायण की क्यों सुनते हो हमारी सुनो राइट अगर शुक्राचार्य वैकुंठ में चले गए तो क्या बोलेंगे अरे तुम नारायण की क्यों सुन रहे हो तुम्हारी सुनो करके जब वामन देव आए तो यही बोले ना तुम वामन देव की मत सुनो हमारी सुनो करके तो टू अ डिग्री वी बिकम ट्रांसपेरेंट की दासत्व कि हम भगवान के दास हैं तो दैट इज अ कॉन्शियसनेस एंड गोलोक वृंदावन हैज मोर हायर कॉन्शियसनेस do everything for pleasing Krishna. Very intimate love with Krishna. Danyata. And so the mood of Golok Vrindavan is more Danyata. And dependence on Krishna. Utter dependence and utter humility. That's a mood in Golok Vrindavan. So this kind of training we need to have in now. You can't get this training after leaving this body. While having this body, we need this training to go over there. To go to Vaikuntha, we need this training over here. And that's why so much training are given being servant of the servant, become humble, become utter dependent. Because with this training only, we are going to go over there. Mata durepa kalaya paritam vanamalaya paradehar valaya pedang vadanokaram. You know this which deity it is? Vrindavan Chandan. This is because this PPT is made by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu and his favorite deity is Radha Vrindavan Bihari. There. So this is GV that he has put there. So he also wears a neck, a garland of attractive 11 flowers. I don't know what is 11 flower. Kalaya, Paritam, one malaya, basically one mali. What a forest flowers. He wear a one mala, and so Vajanti mala has 5 flowers. Mala which has 5 flowers is called Vajanti. So Krishna also wear Vajanti mala pushp there. And some of these intoxicated by his delicious fragrance. So bees comes to Lord's garland. Lord is wearing, and bees will brew. But it's not displeasing the Lord, it's pleasing only. Because when Lakshmi came, and Lakshmi wanted to see, whom should I marry? Whom should I marry? And all the demigods were situated in front of Lakshmi. But Lakshmi found fault with everybody. Demons, devatas, rishis. He saw Indra. Looks very beautiful, very powerful, but quite attached person. Bali is good, but is demonic. Is born in a demon family. Lord Shiva is good, but there are snakes above him. And Durvasa Muni, everything is good, but looks very angry. So Lakshmi couldn't find any compatible match there. And that's what happening in today's day also. Boys and girls to get married has become very difficult. Because you don't get perfection in life. Like Lakshmi is looking for perfection. She couldn't find any perfection. And then she saw Lord Vishnu. Then she saw Lord Vishnu. And she saw that Lord Vishnu is having a Lord Vishnu detached. सब कोई लक्ष्मी को देख रहे हैं केवल एक के बजाय. कौन? Lord Vishnu. तो लक्ष्मी got attracted. But लक्ष्मी को डाउट हुआ कि अरे शादी के बाद मुझे ध्यान नहीं दिया तो क्या होगा? It is all detached. If Vishnu doesn't care for me, मेरे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा ना. See, I am serving Lord Vishnu, but he doesn't ask also. Because too detached, he will not ask also, are you happy? Are you good? Then how will I live? But then she saw that the bumblebees were hovering around the garland. And Lord was reciprocating with them. So she understood, if you reciprocate with Vishnu, he will reciprocate. Otherwise, he's not interested. Your beauty can't attract Lord Vishnu. So actually, the best partner is Lord Vishnu only. There is no other partner in this world. So nowadays, the boys and girls getting married becoming very difficult because they want a perfect partner. Now, boy should be rich also. Boy should be beautiful also. Boy should be devotee also. And boy should be, a little strong also. So all opulence in one kahan milega? It happened also. One girl became 34 years old, and he wants, and she's not finding a match only because same with boys, girl should be beautiful also, should be submissive also, should be devotee also. अरे क्या लक्ष्मी लेकर आए तो correct. So people, due to life has become very difficult. So goal of life is not to settle in the material world. Goal of life is to practice bhakti and go back home, back to Godhead. So only perfect match in this world is Krishna. There. So Anavadyam. Krishna is Anavadyam. There. So Krishna is the perfect match, and anybody else you will find faults. Okay, now at marriage में feel your partner is very good. 1 साल होने दो, सारे fault दिखेंगे. And everybody else will look better than the partner. Because when we come close, we see fault. Because only person, but it doesn't happen with Rukmani like this. क्या रे कृष्ण शादी करी थी, क्या सोच के करी थी, पर क्या निकले करके. It didn't happen. Rukmani, Krishna was thinking, I will go. So Rukmani fainted only. And their attachment to Krishna increases again and again there. So only faultless person in this world is Lord Narayan, Lord Krishna there. And that is faultless beauty, faultless character. So actually all of us are looking for Krishna, but we superimpose those expectations upon the people of this world, इसलिए झगड़े होते हैं. If you say people are, you married somebody with a person of mortal, then they will be false. They are not Lakshmi Narayan, right? So therefore only Lakshmi Narayan are the perfect Jodi. So Matta, so Lord's garland attractive and is a very beautiful pearl necklace, a crown and pair of armlets and bracelets and anklets. And now Krishna, when Krishna and the Gopas, they go to one. They are not satisfied with the pearls decoration. They will put the minerals of Vrindavan over them. You see? They will put and decorate themselves with the this amalaki fruit, and thus becomes their natural decoration. And Lord's loins and hips encircled by a girdle, he stands on the lotus of his devotees' heart. So how the Paramatma is sitting? Paramatma is sitting or standing? Is standing on a lotus of the devotee's heart. This is the Paramatma standing. And is most charming to look at it, and his serene aspect gladdens the eyes and souls of the devotees who behold him. There. And he's eternally very beautiful, and is ever youthful and eager to bestow his there. Apichya darshanam shashvat sarvaloka namaskaratam. Everybody is offering obeisances. Apichya darshanam shantam vayasi keshora. How his beauty is? Vayasi keshora bhratte anga kataram. And always eager to bestow his blessing upon his devotees. So therefore, when we pay obeisance, we please the Lord. Lord is want, okay, how should I bless my devotees? Then Kirtanya Tirtha Yashasam Punya Shloka Yashaskaram. The glory of the Lord is always worth singing, for his glories enhance the glories of his devotees. Now if you see, why Prahlad Maharaj became famous? When Narsimha appeared. Why Bali Maharaj became famous? Vaman appeared. And why Narsimha became famous? Because Prahlad Maharaj went through so much torture also. Na? There, that's how Narsimha appeared there. So, a devotee wants to glorify the Lord, and because of Lord's pastime, the devotee becomes glorious. Do you know anybody from history who has appeared crores of years before? We don't know anybody. We know Prahlad Maharaj. This pastime happened in the 6-month mantra, which is probably 4 point more than some 1 billion years around. 1 billion years. Still, we know those personalities there. The devotee is so famous that after 1 crore years, also people know him. Not 1 crore, few crore years. Yeah, still you know. The devotee becomes so famous. There. So, Lord enhances devotee's glory. A Prabhupada glorified Krishna. Krishna glorified Śrīla Prabhupāda. There. The glory of the Lord is always worth singing, for his glories enhance the glory of his devotees. So one should therefore meditate upon the Supreme Lord and should meditate on the eternal form of the Lord until the mind becomes fixed. With heart filled with pure emotions, one should meditate on the past and the Lord and the spiritual world. Then fix the mind on each individual limb of the Lord. And now comes meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord. So another separate PPT for meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord. I took this class in Sheshadipuram 2 weeks back. Anybody was there that time? Okay, Punyashok was a common person there. There. So that time also I couldn't complete. Today also I couldn't complete. Yeah. Actually, whenever you take darshan of the deities, Prabhupada says you should see the form of the Lord. Till that time, you close your eyes and you can see in your mind. What happened? Now you can see in the mind. I think power went off. The UPS is working. Now a boss will come into picture. So now hear about the lotus feet of the Lord. See, power can go anytime. But if you remember the Lord, you can anytime remember the Lord. See, if you can remember the Lord at will, you can control your mind in any situation. Because whenever mind is disturbed, just think of the Lord and mind will pacify. And that is why seeing Prabhupada was mentioning one lecture, you should see the lotus feet of the Lord till that time your eye is closed and still you can see that lotus feet. You should see the all face of the Lord till time, all the limbs of the Lord from down to above, that you can close your eyes and the form of the deities comes in your mind. And there. What happened is working. Okay. Okay, some echo is coming. So Vrindavan Chanda's lotus feet. So when you go to the deities, first meditate on their lotus feet. See, this is called Rupa Dhyan. And doing Rupa Dhyan, it removes all negative impressions in our mind. All the vasanas, all the other things it removes from our mind when you do, because Lord's form is transcendental. So our mind is in gunas, we're not able to focus on the Lord's form. So when you focus on Lord's form, our gunas get there. See why we are not able to focus on the holy name, focus on the katha, focus on the rupa, because of the three gunas are agitated state, rajoguna and tamoguna. The focus doesn't come. But by focusing, rajoguna and tamoguna will go away. So more we hear the holy name, rajoguna and tamoguna will go away. That is the secret. So initial absorption will not come because of rajoguna and tamoguna. But you keep trying, as rajoguna and tamoguna will come, absorption will also come. So Lord Krishna has 16 symbols in his lotus feet. See, other some avatars have two, some have four, some have eight, some have 12. Only Krishna has all 16 in his lotus feet. Who is saying this? Brahmaji. I've seen many avatars with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Only Krishna has all 16 symbols in his lotus feet. There. Even a small TV cannot work with the UPS. How much watt it is? TV, how much watt TV is? 1 kV. Okay, so you can hear. Sachintahid Bhagavatascharanāravindam Vaj Ankushandhajasarorulalanchanatyam Uttangaraktavilasannakachakravala Josnabhi-ahatamadhidhyandhataram 3.28.21. Anybody wants to open, you can open. So such chinta is, a devotee should first meditate on Krishna's charanarvinda, lotus feet. What is there? Vajra, thunderbolt. The thunderbolt, when one meditates on the lotus feet of the Lord, a chant the holy names of the Lord, what happens? The sin, the mountain, we have a mountain of sin in our mind. But the thunderbolt on Krishna's lotus feet destroyed that mountain of sin. That thunderbolt in Krishna's lotus feet destroyed that mountain of sin in the heart of a devotee. Yeah. Dhwaja. Krishna has Dhwaja, Pataka, Jai Pataka. Yeah. So, as soon as Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, always victorious. So, who take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, of the flag, they always become victorious. Yeah. And there is a goat, Lanchanadhyam. A goat, goat. Once we recently went to Srirangam, and in Srirangam, they brought one elephant. उसको नहलाने के लिए बैठ ही नहीं रहा था वो, कुछ भी किया, वो गोड़ लेके हमारा बैठ गया करके। तो गोड़ होता है उसमें बहुत वो होता है, इट्स वेरी स्मॉल, एलिफेंट इज वेरी बिग, बट वो उसके सिर पे डाल दो ना एलिफेंट, उससे कंट्रोल हो जाता है। सो आवर माइंड इज ऑल्सो लाइक ए एलिफेंट, मेड एलिफेंट, वो कंट्रोल में नहीं आता, लेकिन उसको गोड कर दो तो वो कंट्रोल में आ जाता है, इट कम्स अंडर control. So when you meditate on Lord's lotus feet, our mind is always very fickle, comes under control. Uttanga. And then there's a banner, and there's a lotus. Lotus is a sign of auspiciousness there. And the nails resemble the orb of the moon and display the thick bloom of one's heart. You see Krishna's one photo of his lotus feet where is shining. Eko na bhuji na Prabhu, that song. Let's see. Now the screen is off, I will show that. The blessed Lord Shiva became all the more blessed by bearing on his head the holy water of the Ganges, which has a source in the water that washed the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord's feet act like thunderbolt, hurled to shatter the mountain of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. Whoever devotee thinks of Lord's lotus feet, all the sin washed away. Or one who focus is, see, the same result is obtained by, in fact, by chanting the holy names of the Lord. One can appreciate the lotus feet of the Lord. Shri Radha Madhava Bhagwan ki jai, Ganga Bhagwan ki jai. So by chanting the holiness of the Lord, one can appreciate the lotus feet of the Lord. That's what that verse is saying there. And meditating on the holy name is also same as meditating on the lotus feet, and is also same as following the instructions of the Guru. In fact, by serving the Vaishnavas and following the instructions of the Guru, Krishna will reveal his lotus feet. But that's a sign of surrender. And how we surrender? By meditating on the instructions of Guru and by following the instructions of spiritual masters, serving the Vaishnavas. Yeah. Because Vaishnavas are at the feet of the Lord. So serving the Vaishnavas is Pada Sevanam. So in Yatra, you will have a lot of opportunity to serve the Lord, those who are coming for Kartika. Yeah. The devotees see, yogis, they do so much sadhana to see the lotus feet of the Lord. But pure devotee of the Lord, they're constant, continuously seeing the lotus feet of the Lord. And all the mystery, a devotee automatically gain all mystic siddhis. You know that? Pure devotee. Because how do yogis get their siddhis? By meditating on different limbs of the Lord. But a pure devotee is always remembering the Lord. So all mystic siddhis automatically comes to the pure devotee. So conch shell. So conch shell, so there is, what is there? Conch shell. So conch shell denotes what? Victory. So whoever takes shelter of Radha Krishna lotus feet, what happens? Conch shell. Also conch shell is used for Abhishek, right? The same way who worships their feet which contain divine Amrit. Eko na bhuji na Prabhu, tomara charani, Ashokabhayambitam Purna Sarvakam. Lord, how your lotus feet is? Ashoka. Take away all sorrow. Bhaya. Take away all fear. Take away all illusion. Purna Sarvakana. Source of great nectar. So Krishna's lotus feet is full of great nectar. And Amrit, it extinguishes the blazing fire of material miseries of devotees. Somebody goes to Krishna for material desire. What Krishna does? He gives his lotus feet in the mouth of the devotee. Then Krishna, devotee develops more taste in bhakti and forget the material desires. So therefore, if you have material desire, go to Krishna only. It happened also. One devotee in Chicago, his girlfriend was a devotee. Girlfriend said, I will marry you if you also become devotee. So he started staying in the temple. The girlfriend left Krishna consciousness, but he stayed. So Krishna, because he had tasted now Krishna's lotus feet. Same way, one devotee used to come to Juhu temple. He won't come inside the temple. He'll come to the book table. So one devotee आता है book table पे आते नहीं आते. पता है Chinese girls हैं ना उनको देखने आते हैं. Some Chinese girls were doing books. We come to see them. And slowly, slowly, we keep reading book. He came and he became a brahmachari. So if you get a taste of Krishna's lotus feet, then you forget everything of this world. Yeah, divine nectar. They contain divine nectar. This flag announces security and protection from. See, that's how in Prabhupada's presence, people felt that nectar, that bhakti shakti. So they could give up that immediately. So if we sincerely, offenselessly serve the Vaishnavas and chant the holy name, then we can also experience the same bliss there. And obtaining that bliss, nothing else to be obtained in life. But because of our Rajoguna and Tamoguna, we create offenses. And due to that offenses, that bliss is obstructed. And moment you give those offenses, that bliss will come automatically Nishta there. So due to the offenses, that bliss is restricted in our life. When we remove that offensive mentality, that bliss will again capture our heart. Bliss of Krishna consciousness. And flag announces security and protection from fears for devotees meditating their lotus feet. Then there is a fish. Fish cannot live without water. Same way devotees cannot live without Radha Govinda. And during the pralay, Krishna assumed the form of fish to there. Again, Cupid. So fish is a sign of Cupid. So Krishna is born. Krishna is called Madan Mohan. So fish means he has captured over Cupid, conquered Cupid. So Krishna is Madan Mohan. So when we are attracted by Madan, then no Mohan. So nectar-filled lotus creates greed for prema. Lotus is also symbol of Lakshmi. And Radha Shyam's lotus feet are so soft that they can only be compared to lotus petals. And like a bee comes, so devotee hovering over the lotus feet of the Lord. Then the bow, Lord has bow. Or Shyam, one will be free from all varieties of difficulties. Then I told about gold. Then there's a triangle. Triangle what it shows? It frees one from the three modes of material nature. If you want to see the PPT, you can log in into the Zoom ID of morning Zoom ID. So you can see the PPT over there. Beautiful diagrams are there of this. And then there's a ballet corn. Then there's an altar. Altar is on Radha Rani's feet. And half moon is there, which indicates that Lord Shiva also takes shelter of those feet. Then there's an upcurving line. Then there are water pots. That water pots of pure nectar to be freely consumed by surrendered souls. Then there's a disc. Disc cuts the enemies. The same way when meditating on Lord's lotus feet, cut all the enemies, lust, anger, envy. You have to leave audio, you have to do leave audio, otherwise it will be a problem. Yeah. So it cuts kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, and matsar. So anytime we're facing meditation on Lord's lotus feet, all our kama, krodha, matsar, all this will go away. Basically, anytime your mind is disturbed, think of Krishna. Chant the holy names of the Lord. Then all this will go away. And then the disc, concentric circles. There is already, yeah. Okay. So any questions till now? First, I'll show those who have joined. I'll show you the lotus feet. You see this? This is Radha Rani's lotus feet. This is Krishna's. 16th level, you see? There is a gourd. There is a lotus. There is a club, umbrella to give shelter. There is a disc. There is a there is thunderbolt. There is thunderbolt. There is a flag, and this is the altar. Right. So 8 on this feet, 8 on this. Then there's a conch. There's a. I think this is around this setting circle. This is bow. This is pots. This is triangle. Triangle I was telling 3 modes there. Then half mode means Lord Shiva also takes shelter. Then fish. So there's 8 symbols are there in Krishna's feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 symbols on left, 8 on right. And when Krishna walk in Vrindavan, this all 16 symbols will be visible in the land of Vrindavan. And Mother Earth will retain them. In fact, even to there are places in Vrindavan where the stones melted when Krishna stepped on. So still Krishna's lotus footprints are there. Because 16 symbols are not visible, but Krishna's footprints are visible, they say, many of the places in Vrindavan there. And Radharani's lotus feet, some difference. Altar is there, the big altar is there, and some more few signs are there. Some flower pot is there, peacock is there. Okay, any questions? Any devotee has any question? Okay, Ayush has a question. Curving line, right? So what it says, I couldn't complete because even we cover also, it's difficult to hold it. There. So Ma signifies the devotee who cling to the lotus feet of Radha Shama will be transported to the spiritual world. Like this line is there. So clinging, you will be transferred to the spiritual world. Yes. Very, very good point. See, when we hear the philosophy, we hear the philosophy, we feel it new because we go deeper. But when you hear the pastimes, we think, anyway, we know this Leela. Because we never heard the Leela. Why? See, when you hear the Leela, you experience the rasa of that Leela. And when you experience the rasa of that Leela, it becomes newer every time. When you take Leela as an information, ये तो पता ही है. So Leela we should not hear with the eye of information. Leela we should hear with the mood of rasa. Rasa means you're there in that pastime and you're appreciating the devotion of those devotees in that pastime. And when you're appreciating the devotion of those devotees and appreciating the bhakti to Krishna, appreciating Krishna's beauty, Krishna's bhaktavatsyalyata, then it produces a bhakti in your heart. And that bhakti makes it new. But when Leela heard without bhakti appears to be, oh, ये तो सुना ही है, तो पढ़ लिया हमने करके, इसको जो सुनेगा. That's the point. Like, same. And you should also speak Leela to the other devotees. One other thing in NOD is one should speak the Leela of the Lord there. So then you get more absorbed also in speaking. Okay, now you know, you speak it to this. That Leela. Discuss that Leela with the there. So that is a jnana thing. Okay, I know it. But vijnana means I don't know it. There's a higher rasa. Anandam buddhi. This is bhakti. So you should hear with a heart full of devotion. The same pastime will reveal great depth. The holy name is the same, you know, kya? So the holy name we get off, right? Mind gets off on not thinking so many things. सेम सुन रहे हैं, इसमें क्या है सुनने? But bhakti you can hear. So bhakti makes this our activities powerful and good. Mhm. You will. But when you know that only 1 hour remaining, then you'll be more alert, na? How you sleep. Okay, so actually, two, three things which I learned is open your eyes and chant. Don't close your eyes and chant. When you open your eyes, you are still aware of what is happening with you. See the Mahamantra. If you but open eyes are open, but you're seeing here and there, then distraction will come. So see the Mahamantra and chant. Keep Mahamantra in front of you and see it and chant. Or Radha Madhava's photo. Or see the deities and chant there. But keep the eyes open and back is straight. So this are something which help us to chant the japa properly. Then read about the holy name. And you should not have a target कि 9 बजे तक finish ही करना है. See, sometimes sadhana cards have their okay this, but you should not go in that number checker. That is just an indicator you keep time. You said whatever I want to chant them nicely. And I think therefore japa workshops are very important to talk all these things there. You should have japa workshops to address all this. Hmm? Make sense? Hmm. Yes. Any other question? Yes. You can hear Maharaj transcription lectures of the to one book is that Sil Goswamis of Vrindavan. So if you read that book, it's very absorbing. I used to read that book before going to Vrindavan. And Maharaj, every yatra is when Nanda Maharaj takes a yatra. Every yatra, Maharaj gives a first talk of preparing consciousness. So you can refer the lectures of previous yatras. So it will be very nice consciousness. But one of the very important thing when you go to Dham, one devotee was saying, we should respect all Dhamvasis and don't find fault with anybody in the Dham to get benefit of the Dham. And that's why I said, don't go to Vrindavan Dham alone. That could be the most dangerous thing in your life, in your bhakti. Going to Vrindavan alone. There. So we generally go only with the devotee. Now, what could happen when we go alone? There are many Babajis who will tell you, I will tell you Sarupa. And what to say Babajis? Even I quoted one ISKCON Brahmachari also took some boys away in name of, I will tell you higher things. And still one boy is still caught over there. One boy got released, one boy got caught. He said, so first he came on, "No, I will tell you, I'll give you some higher teachings. Your mentors are not giving you higher teachings. I'll tell you something higher." And devotees start liking it. "अरे यार, ये तो बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं, बहुत रस की बात बोलते हैं, हमारा तो बहुत रूखा रूखा फ्लॉसी बोला जाता है करके there. तो फिर बोले चलो वृंदावन शिफ्ट हो जाओ. Those boys got shifted to वृंदावन. Then he was telling मेरे पैर दबाओ, मेरा ये करो, I'm your guru. And इस्कॉन में नो nobody is pure devotee करके उनको इस्कॉन से अलग किया. फिर उनका सारा डोनेशंस ले लिया. एक अपनी he made one hut also there. So many people, both boys, girls, anybody get into this. So this is, so I gave an example within ISKCON Brahmachari it happened. Then he also separated from ISKCON, made a separate trust and everything there. And it so happened that so many Babajis and Vrindavan. So never go alone to Vrindavan there. Just I'm telling for general all devotees there. And when we go with even devotees also, the what happens, the we should have a great respect for the Vrajvasis. We should not find fault with them. Even the animals we should see with respect. See how when we are going to Vrindavan, it is like you have gone to Golok Vrindavan, you can't see, but Krishna is seeing you. Suppose you go to Golok Vrindavan, but you don't realize you have come to Golok Vrindavan, but Krishna and all the inhabitants are seeing you have come here. It is like that going to Vrindavan. So that means whatever, if it's like somebody comes to your home, but that person cannot see you are there, but you are seeing what is he doing. So he should be very careful now what he does. Otherwise, वे आपके घर में आके थोड़ा गड़बड़ करने लगे तो आपको थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होगा नहीं होगा करके. So like that, Vrindavan is Krishna's home. So whatever we do there, he's watching. And they get affected by it. Affected means they don't. So then अपराध हो जाता है वहां पर करके. So better to be Krishna conscious and not find fault with others. Then you will have a very high consciousness there. And chant nicely. If you chant nicely, then Dham reveals. And try to do Vaishnava Seva more and more. Because antidote of fault finding is Vaishnava Seva. Try to take benefit of serving the Vaishnavas. And bus times, वगैरह, you can take rest also. So that modern ignorance is exhausted. And other times you are awake. So these are the few tests for the yatra. I think we'll have one or two more classes before going to the yatra. There. Maybe we'll discuss Bhagavatam. Talks glories of Golok, Vrindavan, of Bhom Vrindavan, Bhagavatam. So we'll see when the whole story of Bhagavatam before going to Vrindavan. There. Any other? Yes, Abdul Nimal. Written by whom, Prabhuji? Okay. I've not read it. But I would have heard it, but I didn't read it as a book. So I'll see that. अरे एग्जाम्पल बिल्ला मंगा ठाकुर. One of the हाँ. Offended. Very careful dealing with all measures. The physical eyes will see they're cheating, they're doing this, but they are Vrajasis, so you should be respectful. So to go in a mood of great humility, right? Yes. I think we end here. We have Guru Puja also. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai.